today in DeShay County at our main headquarter farm, and we've got a special guest today, Bert Riggan. He's the Director of Agronomy for Concept Agritech, and today we're here looking at a new product.
AminoGro is a new product that we started playing with last year. The reason why we wanted to develop this product is that we felt like we had soybean fertility fairly well worked out later season. What we were missing was earlier season development. We felt like maybe we were missing some windows. And one of the things we're seeing here now is we see a little bit better root development, a little bit better nodulization. And from my last visit here, we were able to see that we have more fruiting sites with the AminoGro after just that one application compared to the control, which is untreated.
So one thing I've seen on the second plant pool is it was so far from one to the other. It was daylight and dark on the first pool, which was 10 days ago or so. And this time you can see a little better root system on the check than you can, but you can still see the impressiveness of the root system on the AminoGro. Yep. And where it works good for me is I'm not an in-furrow guy on soybeans.
So that's the whole idea behind products like this, is to give you another tool in your toolbox. You know, a full-fledged fertility program doesn't necessarily fit everybody's management program. The excitement behind this right now will really pay dividends down the road for the guys that either can't do in-furrow or don't have good success with it, so that they can start to gain an advantage on their soybean crop. It might help him increase his return on investment on those soybeans so that he feels a lot better about growing soybeans.
From what I see, a county average yield with this product is going to become way above county average yield if early development makes any difference.
Well, in our experience, early development is critical. It's a 2-application product, so it goes out at V3, V4 early on so that plant has what it needs to set up for reproduction. And then we came back at R1 and made the second application. The R1 application is really there to try to help stimulate better pod development and hopefully increase the number of beans per pod. Makes a huge difference, because if you just increase your average bean, per pod average by half a bean, you're looking at, depending on where you are, somewhere between 11 and 13 bushel difference.
So if your pods are averaging 2.5 beans per plant, and you go to 3 beans per plant, average pods, we got 1s through 4s. That's sometimes right. We get a 5. I see what you're saying. That's huge, and it's a minimal amount of input for a maximum amount of return.
That's right. That's the hopes and goals for this product.
Explain the economics behind what we think we're seeing with this, if this works like we think it will work.
Just to cover the cost of the product, all you have to do is be around that 2 bushel or slightly under per acre increase. What we've seen in the past is it's been better than that. So that means you get a positive ROI.
So Bert, we got the leaves off a couple of plants, kind of took the average plant of the three pools. Tell us what we got going on here after we got the leaves off.
Did the counts. What we're seeing in the AminoGro is we're still ahead. We're running about 33 flower sites right now that are pollinated. I didn't count the blanks. And we're running about 27 in the untreated. That doesn't seem like a big number, but when you actually do the math on it, that's about a little less than 20% more on the AminoGro. When you take a look at roughly about a 20% increase, assuming that they stay the same number of beans per pod on average of 2.5, that's a pretty good difference right there.
Huge.
That's just after that one application. So what I'm excited to see later on is how many more of these sites pop up. I know walking through it, the treated was canopied better than the untreated. So that's telling me you're getting what you need in order to help cut down on your weed suppression as well.
Yeah. And that 20% fruiting sites, now when we're talking about a fruiting site, that could be anywhere from 1 to 4 pods. And earlier you said a half a bean per pod average is how many bushel?
Between 11 and 13, depending on your variety.
When you're talking about fruiting sites, that changed my whole mentality. You know, the number one thing we want to do is have more branching. I mean, we know that. The earlier you plant, the more branching you'll have. You want a bushier plant, not a plant up here that'll lodge. So when we start talking about fruiting positions, you remember the cotton?
Yes.
When we went from the 4-lock bowl, we pulled those plants out of there, and I said, well, it's got the same amount of bowls on it. And you said, yeah, but let's count the 5-lock bowls versus the 4-lock bowls. Same principle. You know, you had more 5-lock bowls on that application than what I had on Grower Standard. You've got more fruiting branches on your plot than I do on Grower Standard, and that's pretty exciting to me.
Anytime you need anything whatsoever, if I can help you out, I certainly will.
Yep, good. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.